It's the Houston Texans taking on the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a compelling AFC matchup for you, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin joined, as always, by Charles Davis. CD, it's been a tough few years here in Houston. 4-4-3. Those are their win totals the last 3 seasons. But in is DeMeco Ryans as head coach. What do you think he brings to the table?
And it's interesting you brought up the number 3 because DeMeco Ryans is the 3rd head coach in 3 seasons for this team. What he brings to the table: toughness, organization, and hope. He wanted to be the head coach of the Houston Texans, the team he played for.
And then for our visitors, the Broncos, 5-12 was their record last year. One of the bigger underperforming teams in the league. Injuries to guys like Javonte Williams certainly hurt. But what do you think they need to do, Charles, to turn it around?
They need to build a more cohesive offensive line. They've struggled in that spot for the last couple of seasons. And a defense that's often very good has to tackle better in the open field.
So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
A man coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run with the former Buffalo Bill, Devin Singletary. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Stroud working out of the gun. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point around 8 yards, turn around to the quarterback is your numbers, and set you up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. First and 10, it's Stroud. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stroud. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Singleton making the play defensively.
always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his 2nd season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Desmond King deep for Houston. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Hand off left side, Pierce. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. You get me? He's not going to get me.
Here's Stroud. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And they'll bring Jeudy in motion right. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Wilson to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body, because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now Wilson on first down. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. Touchdown, Broncos. Jeudy, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 5. As Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's brought down. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. and that's a good throw there for a first down.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Broncos offense set to begin this 3rd quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They run here with Singletary, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Stroud will run the option left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Stroud to throw it. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal. A loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Denver getting set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Jeudy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. In motion right goes Sutton. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
On 2nd down, Williams. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Marr on for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Stroud looking to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Stroud on 3rd down now. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Second down at 6 now from the 42. They run it again with Williams. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. from the gun. It's a run for Williams. And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $35 yards that time on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So Stroud and the Texans down 14-6, just over a minute 40 to play. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Now Stroud. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Well, plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's first. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.